Muli Shani Bonsai. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tembi and today I would like to take you through our living room refresh. I am basically going to be using thrifted slash vintage items to decorate our space, and I'd love to be able to walk you through the process. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, first and foremost, I do have a primary color palette for this space. I do have three main colors that I'm working with, and those three colors are blue, cream, and green. So our drapes are green and they take up a lot of space in our living room, hence why I decided to include them as part of my main color palette. Now, I do have an accent color that I use in this space as well as in the rest of our apartment, and that is black. But I wanted to use two more secondary colors as accent colors, and that's because I wanted to add in some warmth into our space. Yes, the cream does help to bring in a little bit more warmth, but I'm looking for something that is quite grounding or earthy, but also gives off a pop of color, because I felt like this space was missing that. And so the two colors that I decided to decorate with are brown, which you can see in our throw pillows, and pops of red. We took down our Christmas tree, and so the space was a little bit more open, and that's exactly what I want during the winter time and the rest of the year. I want our space to not feel cluttered, because I don't necessarily like having too much clutter, even though I'm more of a maximalist than a minimalist. And so I wanted to make sure that I just kept the furniture pieces the same. We have two couches, or I would say we have one large couch, the curved couch that I'm sitting on right now. This is a thrifted piece and I absolutely love it. It needs reupholstering very, very soon, and I'm planning on doing that in the near future, possibly when we move, so that way it just feels fresh and new. But for now, I think that it is serving its purpose and it's an amazing couch. I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of it. And the other piece of furniture that we have is a very large chaise. It's a chaise slash couch, and I thrifted that as well. It's a little bit more contemporary because it was probably created maybe in the 2010s, if I'm not mistaken. And you won't believe how much I thrifted it for. $10. $10. It was almost new, and it's just a really comfortable chaise to sit in. We decided to move it by the bay window because I do like the feeling of being able to look outside the window. In the morning, I can watch the cars down the back roads, and it's just so lovely. I absolutely love it. And behind it, I added a plant, and this is my umbrella plant. I got it from Walmart a couple of years ago. It's not a baby anymore, and I think it was only about $2, $1.96 or something when I got it, and I repotted it. And now it's just thriving and it loves being in this window. And so what I decided to do is I kept the blue ornaments that I put on it during the festive season, and I think that it just works for the plant. I think those ornaments were made for it, and I like that it gives it a little bit more whimsy as well, and just makes it feel a little bit more playful. But now let's go ahead and move on to some of my decorative pieces. Of course, as you can see, I do have my throw pillows. These are from TJ Maxx, the faux fur ones are from TJ Maxx, and I probably paid about $32 for them, if I'm not mistaken. So they're one of the more expensive items in our space, which is shocking because they're even more expensive than the chaise, which is crazy, right? And then I have these thrifted throw pillows. This one looks more like a tapestry. It's a really heavy fabric, and I love it. I've had them for a couple of years, and I just leave them here all year round. And then we've also got some animal print, which I think makes such a statement. And lastly, I added this cream throw blanket on here. And this was from TJ Maxx as well. It might have been $25. So I love it. I love that it's quite long. It's a pretty good size, and it just helps to make this couch feel a lot more cozy. And now moving on to the end table, one of the end tables that we have. I might as well call it a pedestal table because it's quite high, and that's a thrifted piece as well. And then I decided to switch things up a little bit. To start with, we have this gorgeous lamp that I keep here, and before it had a pink lampshade, which I think was very girly but also very muted, and so I wanted something that was a little bit more of a statement. I decided to add this cream and red floral lampshade with some fringe details, and I absolutely love it. I thrifted a set of them for about $2, and they're absolutely amazing. They're definitely trending right now. I'm not quite sure if they're vintage or not. They kind of look like they could be, but I just really do love them, and I think that the boldness of the red really just brings in that pop of color that I was craving for, and also kind of adds in a little bit more, I wouldn't necessarily say warmth because it is a deep red, but it definitely does liven up the space a little bit more. And then next to the lamp we have my Audrey Hepburn thrifted book. I love that one as well. It was about 50 cents, and I always use it to layer that table. And so I decided to layer it with the little house that I thrifted a couple of years back. That was probably $1. And you can light some tea light candles in it, and it's absolutely fantastic. And then I decided to pair it with my wooden tree, or I would call it a bark tree. I'm trying to remember where I got that from. I may have either found it, I can't remember if it was Ollie's or TJ Maxx, or it might have been Bell's, and it was I think $12.99, and I absolutely love this tree because the brown color just brings in tons of warmth into our space, and it is absolutely fantastic. I think I might even leave it up all year round. I don't know, but it's perfect for the winter as well as the fall. Absolutely love it. Moving on to the table behind me. Actually, I wasn't planning on putting that over here. It's a thrifted table. My husband decided to put it behind the couch. I don't think he was even thinking about it, but I think that that was such a genius decision for him to make. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it there, and it's amazing that it gave me so much inspiration. So for starters, I have a black vase, a really large black thrifted vase on top. I think I paid $10 for that vase. It was a different color, and I decided to spray paint it a matte black, which I love. And then I added some deep red roses, giving it another pop of color, that unexpected pop of red. And it's also helping to bring in some continuity from the lampshade because it's pulling that color from it. And I think that that's a really good way to work with asymmetry, but also add some continuity to our space. Those are HEB roses, for those of you that may be wondering. They're about $10.98 if I'm not mistaken, or $10.88. And then right beside it, I decided to add a little jug vase. I call it a jug vase because it looks like a jug in a sense. And it's this beautiful brown tone as well, bringing in a lot more warmth. And then as you will be able to see throughout the living room, I have tons of books that I use as layering pieces. And pretty much all of these books were thrifted. The magazines were sent to us as a free trial or something, but I decided to keep them because they're pretty aesthetic. But you will see that that is more of a theme going on in our space. And then on our wall, as a focal point, I guess I would say, if you're looking at me, we have this gorgeous painting that I'm actually working on myself. I started it a couple of years ago, and then I kind of just left it. But now I would like to finish it. So hopefully I'll be able to finish it in the next couple of weeks. But I'm excited about that. It's a really fun project that I'd like to complete. Next to it, I have these wrought iron sconces that I thrifted. I think they were $1 each, and I think that they really just help to bring out a little bit of that brutalist type of vibe. They're a little bit more traditional, but because of the weight of the sconces as well and the material. They're giving the space a little bit more of that brutalist type of vibe. And same thing goes with my 2 candlesticks that I usually keep by our TV console, and I might as well show you what I did there. I have one that is wooden, and then I have one that is a marble, and I think that those two just complement each other so well. The marble is more of this cream marble, and it's got some black in it, as you can tell. And then the brown one is wood. It's all wood, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and it also brings out that brutalist type of vibe as well, aesthetic. And those were probably $2 each. But the TV console was probably $70. I painted it a white, an off-white color, and I love that. And so I added a thrifted mirror on it, and then I added this thrifted vintage chalice, marble chalice. I think that looks beautiful over there. It's very heavy as well. And then I decided to add my thrifted amber glass tea light candle holders. I love those as well. I got this thrifted storage box. It's in a shape of a book, and I painted the art on it, which I just think is super fun. So it's black and white. And then on top of it, I added this Asian floral vase. So I don't know what you call these. They have a certain name. I'm not sure if they're Japanese or Chinese, but I really love them. They have the little needles on the inside, so that way you can shape your floral arrangements with them. And that was probably $2, which is amazing. And then right next to it, we have the painting that I left from the Christmas time. It's a winter painting, thrifted as well. And then we have my thrifted mushroom houses, which I just love. Moving on to our coffee table, I wanted to refresh it a little bit because it had some scratches on it. And so I decided to just give it a fresh coat of paint, and then I layered it with some books, and I wanted to introduce a little bit of silver and crystal on there. So the candlestick that you're seeing, it looks like it's a charcoal color, but I think it's actually a patinaed silver if I'm not mistaken. It was about $2 when I thrifted it. It's absolutely amazing, and I decided to add some red candles in it, which is also adding some continuity to our space with the pops of red. You can also see some of the books have some red in them, and that I did that on purpose because I wanted everything to look a little bit more cohesive because it's quite eclectic. And then lastly but not least, I decided to add some crystal tea light candlesticks, or candle holders rather. And I also have this crystal tray that I use for our remote controls. But the pièce de résistance on the table is this gorgeous tulip blue glass vase. And I think that that just helps to tie in the rest of the blue in the space. And then it's also it's a pop of color as well. It's quite striking, but in a really beautiful and calming way. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm probably going to add some florals to it during the spring and summertime, but for now I think it looks good just as is. And that is basically everything that I decided to do in our living room. So I did not want to keep you any longer than I have to. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And then also hype this video up for the algorithm. And I hope to see you all lovely people in the next one. Bye.